The latest Porsche 911 Turbo S is one of the fastest road cars that money can buy. It has 552 horsepower, puts its power all over the road courtesy of a complex four-wheel drive system, and can, as a result, cover ground more efficiently than almost any other road car on Earth. And it costs £141,000. For less than a third of that, however, you could arm yourself with a device that could lap any circuit in Britain much faster than a 911 Turbo S. But how fast ultimately can a single-seater like the new Formula 4 car be when it has but a mere 185 bhp from a 2-litre Ford engine? That's what we went to the West Circuit at the Bedford Autodrome to find out.
So I'm hoping you can hear what I'm saying. You'll know what a Formula 1 car is, you'll probably know what a Formula 2 car is, and you'll definitely know what a Formula 3 car is, but this is a Formula 4 car. It's got a 2-litre Ford engine in the back of it with as good as 200 horsepower. It weighs, as you can see, not much more than a feather. It's under 600 kilograms, even with me in it. You've got a 6-speed sequential gearbox with paddles, which is lovely. That makes it feel like a proper baby little Formula 1 car. Miles more brakes and grip than it's got go. So, as with a Formula 3 car, but probably even more so, getting the best times out of this car is all about carrying momentum. Momentum is your god in a car like this, and if you can't work out how to carry it through every corner, forget it, you're going to go nowhere. It's got fantastically responsive steering. Awesome brakes, really, really awesome brakes. It just stops on a sixpence, it really does.
It's amazing. I've just spent the last couple of hours driving that Formula 4 car, getting a 911 Turbo S, which normally feels like a complete rocket ship and a complete monster, and it feels like I've just climbed into a Mercedes S-Class. Okay, here's the things you notice. There's stacks more movement at the front and at the rear and everywhere. It's kind of rolling around where the Formula 4 car is just planted and going nowhere. There's a load more understeer than there is in the Formula 4 car. There is no understeer at all in the Formula 4 car. But you need huge amounts more space in which to brake in the Porsche. What happens in a straight line though in the 911 is pretty impressive, because it feels in a completely different league from the Formula 4 car in a straight line. And I guess you'd expect that really, wouldn't you? I mean, it still stops really nicely, but just having to wait for so long to get on the power. Okay, here's the headline news. I know I'm stating the obvious. The 911 Turbo S is a really, really fast car, but normally you just don't get anywhere near single-seaters. I guess that's what the difference is when you've got nearly 3 times as much power and four-wheel drive with which to put it down. I mean, a Formula 4 car is still miles faster, but whew, impressive from the Porsche, very impressive indeed.
Okay, so here's a full on-board lap in both of them, around the slightly longer lap that contains both chicanes. Watch out for the 4th gear moment in the Porsche about halfway around the lap. Also look out for how much more speed the F4 car can carry, through the quicker corners in particular, where its aero grip really counts. It's not bad for a 185 horsepower, 40 grand racing car. With some heat in its slick tyres and a bit more commitment from its driver, the F4 car eventually lapped the West Circuit in 1 minute 13 seconds dead. And that made it 6 whole seconds quicker than the 911. And what made it so much faster was not its straight line speed, but its ability to carry more speed pretty much everywhere around the lap. Check out the comparative data as the lap unfolds in each car. On the straights, the 911 is king, and it generates better traction than the F4 car too. But under brakes, the Formula 4 car is just awesome, and once it's committed to a corner, it carries massively more speed, and the faster the corner, the bigger the speed differential. And that's all to do with the F4's extra grip, aero and mechanical. And remember, 6 seconds is a long, long time around a relatively short lap like this.